Cambridge, Massachusetts. Graduation day at Harvard and MIT.
Here's a seed.
Okay.
Okay? Now hold on to that for a second.
Okay.
Imagine that I planted that in the ground.
Okay.
And a tree grew. All right? And here is a piece of that tree.
Sure.
Okay. Now, where did all that stuff come from?
So where do plants come from? You look at these beautiful big redwood trees, these great spreading valley oaks, and you know they start from this little tiny seed. It's miraculous. Where does all that weight come from?
Oh, the mass came from a lot of things, I'd guess. I'd guess from water that it sucked up from the ground. I would guess from minerals that it sucked up from the ground.
Water, light, soil.
Well, I suppose in terms of raw mass, most of it's probably derived from actual matter in the soil itself.
And some of it comes from water, obviously, but a large amount of it comes from the nutrients that the roots absorb from the soil.
Now, what would you say to someone who said to you that most of the weight of the tree came from the carbon dioxide in the air?
I would say I would have no idea. I'd have to think about that.
I would disagree because this same volume of air wouldn't weigh this much unless it was highly compressed.
I would say that's very disturbing and wonder how that could happen.
It's a very strange idea that somehow the air, which they view as nothing, as weightless, as insubstantial, somehow makes a tree, a giant tree that weighs several tons. I mean, that's absolutely incredible.
That'd be hard to believe because carbon dioxide is, well, it's a gas, and it doesn't seem intuitive that you could add mass taking in a gas.
But that's where it comes from. It takes those carbon molecules and packs them together via chemical reactions so tight that you get this huge mass. So what does it mean that these Harvard graduates don't understand the fundamental idea of photosynthesis? Well, it's symbolic of the state of the nation. These are the best that we produce. They don't understand it. After all these years of school, who does?